Hello everyone, we are from Group 2 and our members are me, Vidya Skarkinanti, and then Muhammad Rizky Azitya, Zulfan Hasugian, Fembi Adinda P, and Sarvina Diadini. We will to present to you our presentation about the journal review. The journal that we chose has a title China's Economics Development and Development Economics Innovation by C. Fauzan. Why the author written this journal? C. Fauzan is a research fellow and a doctoral supervisor and currently as the president of the Chinese Academy of Social Science. His main research interests are macroeconomics policy, public policy, and regional development policy. The journal background. China has experienced rapid economic growth since the reform 40 years ago. The driver of this extraordinary achievement came from China's transformation from a planned economy to a socialist economy, and from a closed economy to an open economy. The keywords of the journals are reform and opening up, socialist market economy, a new vision of development, and development economics. Some experts believe that an important key to China's rapid economic growth came from the application of the development economy. China created economic power with the determination and ingenuity of its population. The last 40 years after the Chinese reform in 1979 until 2016, China achieved a 9.6% economic growth rate. Chapter 1. The transition from a planned economy to a socialist market economy. Fundamental comprehensive reform aimed at liberating and developing productive force that focus on reforming the economic system, make it possible to align productive force with the relation of production. China rolled out its economics reform at both the macro and the micro level. In the micro level, in accordance with the laws of economics development, China implemented a market system that played a major role, such as product markets, labor markets, capital markets, foreign exchange markets, and technology markets. In the macro level, China prioritized the proper handling of government and market relations, undertakes extensive decentralization and direct government control of the economy and direct allocation of resources.
Well, thank you. Here, I'm Muhammad Rizky Azidiyah. I will tell you about part 2, the transition from a closed to an open economy. Well, there are some points that I will tell you to all of you. First up, I have reforms, opening, and future of China. China's opening to the outside world began in the early 1970s when Sino-US relations gradually changed from antagonism and hostility to contacts and exchange. And secondly, established diplomatic relations on 1979. People's Republic of China and the United States established diplomatic relations, creating a favorable external environment for China opening. And next is Shenzhen Special Economic Zone. From the creation of 4 special economic zones to the opening of 14 coastal port cities and then of cities along the major rivers and border areas. and also accession to the World Trade Organization in 2001, ushering in deeper and more comprehensive reform in a number of fields. And China also in 18 Party National Congress, China has opened its economy, increase in export and import trade volumes. China's actual use of foreign investment was 2,103.16 billion US dollar. The cumulative figure for China's actual use of foreign investment. And also, reform and opening China improve the international competitiveness of China enterprise and markedly boosted China's economic growth, making China an important agent of world economic growth. Well, in the part 3, it's about optimal allocation of factors of production. In this part, there are 4 points that I will tell you. Well, first up is the rapid growth of China's economy. Not only on the substantial increase in inputs, but also on the improvement of allocative efficiency. And secondly, it's the accumulation of human capital is a major way of improving productivity and promoting technological advances. And also, in the point 3, China made a timely adjustment. For example, China doing family planning policy by relaxing birth control, and also the reform and medical and health system. And the point 4 is surplus labor began to move across region. In some less development areas, entering not public enterprises with favor employment restriction.
Okay, I'm Zulfan. I want to present about the interaction and reinforcement of economic growth and structural upgrading. Okay, point 1. The transformation and specialization of agriculture become a major factor in driving China's economy and structural improvement. Agricultural reform become an important foundation for China in implementing food self-sufficiency. So, China at the beginning of the economic growth focused on agriculture. China applies specialization in agriculture for food self-sufficiency. Even China provides 20% of the world population. Okay, next point 2. Agricultural reform in China began in the village. Three-rank separation, the separation of collective ownership of rural land, the household is actual production and management of land. Rural reform become very important in the Chinese economy because they provide resilience in agricultural. Likewise, with the three-rank separation, which gives Chinese people freedom in managing their land. Okay, next point 3. Modernization of agricultural and industrialization support each other is economic progress in China. In the initial period of reform, China's industry focused on meeting consumption needs. The next point 4. As the economy expanded in China began to be export-oriented with capital-intensive and labor-intensive industry. In 2017, the service industry in China became the biggest contributor to China's economy with a total of 56% 0.7% of gross domestic brutto. So, the era of industrial service has dominated GDP in China. It proves the process of China's economy is standardized. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I would like to tell about resume of point 5 from economic growth to all-round economic development. Point 1. China great measures to reduce poverty and increase economic efficiency and economic growth. Point 2. China established a social security system according to China's characteristic. Point 3. The problem of development in economic growth is posed with a concept developed by the central government. Point 4. The aim of economic development is to put down poverty, especially among the rural poor. Point 5. Poverty alleviation in China goes through four major phases by implementing a comprehensive package of anti-poverty measures in various sectors. And last, this step caused a real acceleration in poverty alleviation measures.
Point 6. Challenges and coping strategies, a new vision of development user in a new era of development. First, despite years of rapid growth, the China economy still faces some challenges. Second, China economy has entered a new normal phase since the 18th Party of National Congress. Third, in 2016, Controller General Xi Jinping brought forward some concept of new development. Fourth, in 2018, General Secretary highlighted the goal of high-quality development. Fifth, in 2035, China will produce modern socialist and by 2015 will become a large socialist state. Point 7. The relationship between China experience in economic development and development economic. First, 40 years of economic growth in China have proved effective. Second, China development is based on a basic economic system. Third, a highly centralized China socialist market system that has been built for over 30 years. Fourth, China has achieved a wonder of economic and has ensured political and social stability. And the last is China implement a coordinated strategy regarding regional development. Thank you.
Well, I think that's all presentation for our stream. See you next time and see you.